Hello everybody, my name is Peachy Banjo 8008, and it looks like we have a little bit of a prize. Also, welcome back to Continent's SMP. So remember last episode, Wither, we spawned a Wither. It was a little bit of a thing. Yeah, we were not able to kill that thing. And so it looks like someone has gone out and done it for us. I don't really know what to do with this thing, honestly. I don't particularly need a beacon. Doors should not be this loud. Anyway, yeah, I don't particularly need a beacon. And also, I'm pretty sure there's not really a prize for winning the thingy thing that Preston did. So I'm thinking this is probably just going to have to get stowed away in here. However, well, I guess we didn't really do that. So maybe we'll go and deliver this over to Melson as I know a few people helped in that effort. I'm not sure quite all who it was. I think it was Melson, Darkwolf, and Preston. But yeah, maybe that would be something we give to them. Also, if you couldn't tell already, let me just check my dates real quick. But yeah, this server's been up and running for almost 10.5 months now. Almost. My goodness. Everything. I'm having to do a lot of just sound adjustments today. I didn't know that everyone was so loud in this game. Yeah, we have been playing on the server for about 10.5 months, almost a year now. And so I'm sure you could probably see the signs. Continent's SMP Season 1 is coming to an end fairly soon, and we need to tie up some loose ends and such that we have around here. I also do believe that I need new headphones. The ones that I'm currently wearing, which I don't normally wear headphones when I record anyway, so maybe that's step one that I'm doing wrong. But the headphones that I'm currently wearing, there's a lot of like crackling going on with them for whatever reason. And I checked in OBS and you can't hear it in the recording, but I can definitely still hear it. Now, I think a lot of spawn has already been cleaned up. Like, I think there was a sort of cleanup day that happened. Here. I want to give this back to Melson, because I would assume he knows what to do with it. It's his server after all. Actually, maybe. Am I supposed to give it back here? Please return completed challenges here. Boom. Wither at spawn. Look at that. Perfecto. I did that with flawless ease. Infant. Adult. I can take adults. Infants, on the other hand, that's kind of a different subject. Also, I wanted to finally, since it's the end of the season and such, I wanted to finally come clean about this. This was me. I set up the whole thing of jailing the protesters. I jailed them, and I was trying to take this whole thing down, except now I don't think I can take it down, because it's kind of a historical relic. It's a landmark. So I guess it's just going to have to stay here. I am, however, in kind of a weird position in terms of how this episode's going to go, because I'm pretty sure this is not going to be my last one of the season, but it is going to be like my last episode in a way, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is the episode where we have to do sort of the end of the ending stuff, because I don't think this will be the last one, but I don't know. It's difficult to explain. Anyway, so we're gonna, basically the plan for today is we're gonna go over all the stuff that we did this season. So, we spawned at this summoning circle that Melson built, and I think Melson built this in like an episode 0 type of thing that I don't even know if it's public on his channel anymore. Maybe it is. I honestly can't remember. Yeah, summoning circle. I did sort of a cinematic shot of this summoning circle at the very beginning of the season in an announcement video. when Continents SMP was just about beginning to first exist. So, spawned in over here. If you remember, I came up here, and then immediately died to a skeleton over here. I don't want to say I was the first death, but I was one of the early deaths. Died to a skeleton. Spawned back at spawn, and I decided that we ought to stay down in this area for a little bit. So, I set up shop over here. I built a little tent. This original spectator tent. A lot of people have assumed that this is a reference to something. I originally just named it the spectator tent because I was a spectator of all the things that were happening on that main island over there. Anyway, built the spectator tent. Got kind of tired of walking, so I also built a bridge. Had to deforest some stuff over there. And I'm not going to say I was kind of. I am. I've been very poor throughout this entire season. That's one thing I want to change about next season is my activity. My activity hasn't been great this season, I will say that. So that's one of my goals for next season is to be more active. And I think my schedule is kind of opening up, so it should allow me to be, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Furnaces, farm, I built all of this. I feel like people have been using a lot of this stuff, and I built it originally. So, also this greenhouse, which never really was as good as I hoped it would be, but it does work. Albeit, there's the shears. It does work if you ever want honeycomb or honey bottles. You can go in there and do that sort of stuff. And then in here, this is probably my most disappointing project to date, which was this. This was I thought this was such a cool idea. Unfortunately, because of aforementioned poverty, I never really got the whole thing finished. So we had this railway system, right? And I was never able to finish it because I don't know, I didn't have enough gold for powered rails or anything. But that takes us down to this cave. It's a cool overlook over this cave. And the cave itself was made by Preston. What is down here? Oh, look, that's me. This is everybody who follows Preston on Twitch. Yeah, okay. That's kind of a fun thing. I've never seen that one before. Anyway, we got kind of off track there. I did some stuff down there. One of my biggest early projects, I think, quote unquote early. It was quite a few months into the season. But like my first big undertaking was this tower, which I built entirely between episodes, and it turned out very well. Of course, it could stand to have more detail. I wish I had done more with it, but this is kind of where I wanted to live for a while. It's been a while since my birthday, but that's still up there. And as you can see, there's some stuff in these chests. I had mega plans for over here. They just kind of never came to fruition, which is kind of a sad running theme of this season, unfortunately. I don't know if I ever showed this on camera, but this exists. I don't know why. It's just chickens for free, I guess. And then that brings you to up here. Another build that I did this season, which I think is probably my favorite thing that I built this season, was the Emerald Embassy. Now, granted, it didn't see a lot of use. Perhaps it will in the nearby future. But the Emerald Embassy building, I'm very happy with how this thing turned out. I think the exterior looks nice. It has a full interior, which is more than I think any other one of my buildings. You've got a lounge in here for just hanging out or whatever. We've got the Library of Official Records, which has that hole in it. I don't remember which one of these has a book and quill book, but one of them does. And then we have a stairwell which leads upstairs to a meeting room, which I always thought was cool. I liked this building a lot. So yeah, hopefully it sees some use before the end of the season. Also this. I I don't know who with, but I had a back of the sign editing battle for a long time with somebody, and I think they just kind of gave up. So I'm going to assume I won that battle. Anyway, I think that's the majority of the stuff I built here. If I recall correctly, there's not really much else that I built over here. So let's instead go to the Dark Oak area, which is where I did my kind of big base this season. And ta-da! This was my quote unquote big project of the season. I like this house. I think it's not my favorite build I've ever made, but for what it is, I think it was pretty good. And I had some pretty big plans for this area, all things considered. That again, I wish time management over the past year has not been a strong skill of mine. So again, I'm hoping next season I will be better at that, more active, get more stuff done that I want to get done, because I had some big plans for this area that just never really happened. So like, what on Earth? What on Earth? Is there one over here? No. Okay. Well, is this my fortune? Yeah, it is. I'll take this, I guess. I don't know who left this for me or why it's here, but I'll take it. So anyway, yeah, this house, which I spent far too long building. I think I spent like 3 episodes just finishing this whole thing out. And it doesn't even have a finished interior. It has some fun stuff. This is my main storage area. This room is finished, quote unquote finished, which I like. I wish I had done more decorations, but there's a lot of regrets from this season, honestly. But yeah. And then we have this area. This is the storage room. This looks out onto a garden that I never really finished either. And here's the bedroom that never got finished either. Everything sounds so sad these days. All the things I'm talking about is like, yeah, I never got around to doing that, or to this, or any of this stuff. It's whatever. Next season will be better. That is my goal for the following season, to always be better than the previous season. But yeah, looking around, I guess there's a few other smaller things I did. Like I built a house down by the Emerald Empire area, but honestly it's not impressive enough to warrant trekking over there to see it. But yeah, I built a house over there, and then this dock area, which I thought turned out pretty well. I like building docks and like seaside areas because you can do a lot of fun stuff with decorations like this sort of stuff, or the squid. So yeah, I thought that turned out pretty well. But other than that, I think that is mostly all that we did this season. I guess I'm missing a few things, right? Like there's a villager trading hall that never really came to fruition, and there's my sugarcane farm that Preston owns now. He bought it from me. But other than all of that, I think that's about it. I think I've covered all the major stuff. So anyway, again, I'm in a weird situation. I don't think this will be the last episode. If it is, goodbye. I'll miss you, Continent Season 1. But I'm pretty sure it won't be. So don't cry just yet. Just yet. I think we have at least one more that I have to get out there that we have sort of planned up before we move on. But anyway, that is all for me this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Also, audio issues. They're kind of bad. I haven't actually listened back to any of this yet, but I have a feeling they're not going to be terrific because my headphones are doing some weird things. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye!